Karen Waksman, founder of Retail MBA, and in this particular segment, I'm going to be covering why ordinary sales skills are useless when selling at chain stores. Now, it sounds like a strange thing to say, but it's so true. Now, I have sold products to many years, and I've sold millions of units to the world's largest retailers. And if you've heard any of my stories or anything, I mean, I got into training about 3 years ago, just with the hope of getting people to understand that anybody can get their products in the stores. And I really, at my core, believe that anyone, regardless of sales experience or buyer relationships, can get their products in the stores. And the reason I say this is because I spent a lot of time with retail buyers in various categories. And here's what I know. All of my stuff that I've used to get products in the stores, it was 90% strategy, 10% selling. I can tell you with all honesty that a buyer could care less about you, your personality, how you do things. All they care about is that your product fits perfectly in their store, and that it'll ultimately make them money, and that it'll ultimately generate revenue for their company so that they can do better at work and that they can succeed and the company can generate revenue and so forth. Their entire interest is purely about your product. I have worked and sold buyers who I've never met before. It's always been through the phone for years, okay? And I know that sometimes, it really does depend on the retailer and so forth, but ultimately, at the end of the day, it's all strategy. The strategy is based around how do you package it in such a way that makes it really compelling for people to buy. It's about pricing. How do you strategize and ensure that your pricing is so on point that people are going to buy your products in the stores and it'll ultimately make money? How are you going to market it so that in such a way that people are ultimately going to be interested enough to go to that store and physically get themselves in a car and go to a store and buy your product? How are you going to do those things that'll help drive revenue? That's what matters to buyers, and it's all about strategy for them. They don't care about anything other than that. And so the beautiful thing about it is that people who create products are generally creative types, or they're engineers, or there's people who really they have that thing where they're just creators, right? But those are the people who can get products in the stores because their strategy, they're people who think and think outside the box. That's the stuff that the buyers want. They do not need a salesperson. They want a great product, and they want a product that's going to make them money. So if there's anything that I can give you advice on, and I've talked to enough buyers, and I know all the strategies, and I teach people exactly how to pitch a buyer, and it's not really pitching. I mean, I've sold in other industries. I'm really, really good at sales, and the one thing I could tell you is that in the retail space, I use no sales experience. I use, again, 90% strategy. And a lot of the people who are, getting products in the stores really aren't salespeople. They just understand what the buyer cares about, what they expect from you, and they prepare accordingly. It's not like any other industry. So anyways, I hope that it makes sense to you why you do not need sales skills when selling at chain stores. You need to just understand the strategies and the expectations and how to prepare it in such a way that ultimately will get a buyer to buy it from you. This is Karen Waksman, founder of Retail MBA, and I have a lot more details about this in my Retail MBA program, but I would love any comments or feedback if you like this information, and please be on the lookout for the additional information that I create. I'm constantly adding new content because I want you guys to succeed, and I want you to get your products in the stores. Thanks so much.